This is the second part of a two-part adventure. If you haven't seen the first part, you can find it in the link above. When we left off, we'd completed the Windrush Way and began following the Wardens Way back towards Bourton-on-the-Water. So we are now following a Wario sign, racing the sunset to find somewhere to camp before it got too dark. Good evening everyone. So this is just a little update, seeing as we haven't really filmed much of this evening along the Warden Way. And that's because the place that we were originally supposed to wild camp was a bit too far away, and so we had to do a bit of an emergency stop, but we found a secluded woodland that is far enough away from sort of anything really that we don't think will be bothered or will be bothering anyone else. So now we just got to have some dinner and then probably just go straight to bed, to be honest. We're absolutely knackered. I think the packs did us in. I think we've probably done about 16 miles today, which is pretty good. I think even on a, you know, without the packs, that's pretty good. But yeah, gonna have some dinner, go to bed, and we'll catch up with you in the morning. Good morning, everyone. The time is probably just gone 7. We could have had a solid 11 hours sleep, but we didn't because of the rain and the stag rutting season and just everything. But it is time to finish the Warden Way in the rain. Wish us luck. So this was our setup last night, in a beautiful woodland away from everything else. It rained pretty much all night, but luckily the MSR kept us nice and dry. Didn't get a wink of sleep last night, but that's okay. It was very, very cold, but we managed to get through it, and yeah, we just got to pack up now and head on our way. And as always, leave no trace. What do you need? Salt. So we've just stopped off in Guyton Power for a cup of tea, which is an absolute lifesaver. So now that I'm more awake, let me tell you a bit about the Wardens Way. So the Wardens Way runs from Winchcombe to Bourton-on-the-Water, or vice versa, through lots of cute little Cotswold towns and villages and estates, rather than the Windrush Way, which goes through the hills and farmland. I think it's down to personal preference which one you choose. Both are connection routes, so both connect the Cotswold Way in Winchcombe with the Oxfordshire Way in Bourton-on-the-Water, or you could do it like we did and do both of them over 2 days. We've just reached Naunton, which means we are about 2/3 of the way back to Bourton-on-the-Water. Naunton looks really, really nice. It looks like a quintessential Cotswold village. There's a lot of cute things, Cotswold stone. What is that?
Ooh, yarn bombing.
There's some yarn bombing on a tree. It's really cool. And we think this is the river Windrush that runs through it and eventually will take us to Bourton-on-the-Water. So this is the Naunton Dovecote, which was reputed to have been built in the 15th century, but they reckon it was actually built in the 1600s. It's a grade 2 listed building and has 1,175 nest holes inside, just for doves. That's a lot of doves in one building.
It really is.
It's a lot of doves.
There's some up there.
Next to the Dovecote there is or Dovecote, I don't know how you say it, Dovecote? There's a water turbine next to an abandoned building which we're going to check out, which used to provide electricity for the manor house and 3 other properties back in the day. So let's check it out. most of the morning we've managed to avoid the rain, and it's finally just hit us, but it's that really annoying spitty rain that drenches you but just isn't worth it really. We're getting quite close to Upper Slaughter, and then it's just a quick trip down to Lower Slaughter, and then we'll be at Bourton-on-the-Water for that celebratory pint. Now that we're getting quite close to the end of our route and towards Bourton-on-the-Water, I thought I'd share with you my 3 Bourton-on-the-Water facts. Fact 1, the word Bourton comes from 2 Anglo-Saxon words, bur and tun, which means and translates to settlement by the camp. And it's believed that there was at least a fortified camp around the area since at least the Stone Age. Bourton-on-the-Water fact number 2. The river Windrush runs through Bourton and goes right through the middle of the village, forming a really nice brook before meeting the River Thames further downstream. Bourton-on-the-Water fact number 3. The village is home to the British Motor Museum, which houses the British living legend, national treasure himself, Brum. But that's not all, because our good friend Sam O'Donnell, who will probably come up on screen now, has a cameo appearance on an episode of Brum where he's a kid screaming on a roller coaster as Brum races towards the track. Are you sure Brum was a kid's show? And those are my 3 Bourton-on-the-Water facts. We're in Bourton-on-the-Water now. We're so close, according to the map anyway. I still feel like we got ages to go. I can see it, I can see the War Memorial. We have finished the Wardens Way, which means we've done both of them in just over 24 hours. It's pretty good. I think pretty good going. Oh man, it was awesome. Pretty good. A celebratory pint since